Hey guys, what's going on? My name's Man, if you don't already know. And today we're going to do something a bit different. So, this section is before playing the open demo. I still hate that word for this. It's more of a beta, but whatever. They want to call it a demo, they can call it a demo. So, it's going to be thoughts before the demo and thoughts after I've played a decent amount of the demo. So, for thoughts before, I honestly don't care. I'm very much at the point of I'm tired of EA's shit. And sure, BioWare's kind of been caught in that with the whole Andromeda stuff. But I'm just this is not a game that I care about. This is not a game at E3 when it was announced that it wowed me. I'm like, okay, it's interesting. It looks kind of like Halo, but it probably isn't going to play like Halo. So yeah, I'm like, I don't really care. And it's not one of those games that I was really looking forward to. At least from this year. Because I'm looking forward to Metro Exodus, I'm looking forward to The Division, Cyberpunk 2077, like all that stuff. Anthem was like one of those back burner games, like I don't care. I'll get it if friends get it, but that's going to be like the only reason I really get it. And it's one of those, just looking at the game, it looks really good. Like it looks visually it looks beautiful. But gameplay wise, I'm like, from what I'm hearing and seeing, it looks like you knock down the amount of AI that's on the board, or that's on the screen at once, and all that, and it's like that stuff I can let pass. The whole nonsensical AI talk motion stuff that's in the hub area is I don't care also. But looking at the gameplay, the thing that really throws me off, and it was kind of the same with Destiny, is the third person to first person. Just switching, it's like, why are you switching so much? Either give me first person in the fucking javelin, or give me third person out of the javelin. Either give me first person inside and outside the javelin, or give me third person inside or outside, and let me customize my character. So that's one of the things that's kind of throwing me off, is the whole switching. I don't care for that switching. Choose a camera style and stick with it. So that's a personal gripe, but it's a gripe nonetheless. So I'm gonna give this game a chance. I'm gonna try and go in with, I won't say a clear mind. I'm trying to go in with a non-biased mind. I'm going to be streaming this on Friday. I probably put up a post on YouTube since I don't have many people following on Twitter and shit. So follow me there, please. Pretty, please. But yeah, I'm interested in the game. I'm not interested enough to buy it until I play it. Cause like, oh, it's a big game from EA. Yeah, so is Battlefront 2. And we know what happened there. So yeah, I'm skeptical about the game. I'm trying to go in with non-bias and just I want to give it a chance. But looking at a lot of the stuff, it looks like a lot of particle effects, a lot of not very good feedback from weapons, from enemies, all that. It doesn't, just a lot of it, honestly, to me, does not look great. But I'm going to try and go in with open mind, play it, and give my thoughts on it. Give it a good amount of time. I want to put in at least like 10 hours. If I can get that. If I can get about 10 hours into the demo and then give my thoughts on it, I'll be happy. So, yeah. It's only going to be a few seconds for you guys. It's going to be like a few days for me, because I'm doing this on Friday before the thing releases. So hopefully it'll all turn out and we won't have a shit ton of server problems. Fingers crossed, right? So yeah, I will be back in a few seconds after a big title card to talk about my thoughts after playing the demo and use probably the footage you're seeing here, which I collected over the time of me playing on the open beta weekend. So yeah, I will be right back. Alright guys, I am back from the open demo beta weekend of Anthem, and I'm not impressed. I honestly, I'm not impressed. I'm not thrilled about the game, and I'm not going to buy it. Sure, I went in knowing I'm not going to buy it, but I thought maybe if the demo was good enough, it could change my mind. It didn't. It failed in changing my mind and wanting me to actually play the game. So the Javelin system is interesting. It's nice that they're going and they're kind of changing the formula a little bit when it comes to the classes and everything, because you normally have like, okay, they're not really changing that much, but they're putting their own flair on it, adding in some new stuff, and I think it was working pretty well. Mainly because you can go and you can kind of compare Anthem and Destiny very closely. Their demo/beta had fucking problems. A lot with connectivity issues. So that was fun. But if we just look at the classes between Destiny and Anthem, I forgot the name of the game for a second there. In Anthem, the Storm Javelin is a fucking Warlock. It's literally, it's honestly basically the same thing to me. The Interceptor is what the fuck were they? The assassin looking one. I don't remember now. I stopped playing Destiny a while ago. But what is it, like the Infiltrator or whatever the fuck it is? Like, that's basically what the Interceptor is. And the Titan one, I feel, is basically the big guy. What the hell is the name of that one in Anthem? The Colossus. That's what it is. Titan, Colossus, they're pretty much the same. At least in Greek mythology, they're the same, basically. Titans and Colossus. And you're the one you start with, what the hell is it? Ranger? It's kind of a decent molding of all of them. Well, actually, not really. It's your middle of the road one where, oh, I can't decide on like a spec, so I'm just gonna go middle of the road with Ranger. That's kind of what that feels like. and none of them really impressed me. The only thing that was impressive was the visuals and like the flying mechanics were decent. If you could get used to them, I really didn't because I kept crashing into shit. Probably I should have changed my sensitivity and shit that Chrissy Boy went and fucking suggested, but I was like, screw it, it's only a weekend. But otherwise, it was like, it was decent, but it wasn't I'm gonna go buy this right away. Or I'm gonna go pre-order it. So I honestly don't think it's gonna be that good. And they should have called this a beta, not a demo. I'm still on that after 3 days of it. Because a demo would be, okay, we're gonna give you like level 1 through 5. It's gonna be a little bit accelerated. Say that from the beginning. It's gonna be a little bit accelerated. And give us a storyline. Give us like the beginning of the story. That would be the demo. Not this, you're going to go 10, you're going to be level 10, you can do 10 through 15, and we're going to have about 5 quests for you. So, yeah. That is probably my biggest concern was how short the demo was and how little there was in it. But then I heard about the endgame stuff, and oh boy. It's that World of Warcraft grind again. So from what I heard about Anthem's endgame, which probably less than a week or so, or maybe about a week or two after you'll be at level 30 if you play it for any decent amount of time. And hearing about their endgame, it's just bad. Like, I know it's a live service and everything, but seriously, you have no endgame. You have 3 strongholds. You have 3 strongholds. You're going to get like a daily quest. You have the free roam world events. You have like a few weekly quests. I think a few daily quests, like legendary quests out in the thing. And that's it. There's no, like, to me, that doesn't feel like an end game. That feels like just more of the game. It doesn't make me want to play the game and get to end game and experience this content. So that's one of the big downfalls of Anthem, I think. And of probably the BioWare thinking is they don't really know what endgame is. Then again, they also don't know how to do bosses. So I forgot to record, mainly because it was late at night when I was playing with Wolfkill and them, or with Chrissy Boy. I didn't really feel like recording, and I was thinking I was finishing uploading, or I was rendering out a video. And I did do the one stronghold they included in the game, or in the demo. We ran that a good amount and got all right gear and stuff. But holy shit, that stuff is fucking spongy as hell. Like, it was very much bullet sponge. And I think that's what they're going for in this game. Not adding in interesting mechanics. No, we're just gonna fucking bullet sponge them up. Mainly because I saw that they have, you have your easy, your normal, and your hard for your mission difficulties and free play difficulties and stuff. But then you also have like Grandmaster 1, 2, and 3, or whatever the hell they call them, that you get to level 30 and unlock. Sorry, it's early and I'm still fucking tired. And with that, I don't remember how much they said the health was going to increase, but it was a shit ton, basically. And yeah, it was just hearing about that. It's like, really? That's all you're doing? They're going to always have the same mechanics, and that's all you're doing. Okay, if we look at one of the bosses, we look at the boss of the stronghold. You have a break in the middle of its bar where you could. Whoa, God damn it. You have a break in the middle of the bar that goes and it doesn't really signal anything. It's just like, oh, we got him below half. Yay, let's kill him. It doesn't add in a new mechanic. It doesn't do any of that. Because the thing will retreat after you go and... I think after you get to a certain point, it starts... The boss will retreat away and go up and summon ads that you can kill. And it'll eventually come back. But it's always the same. Like, we played it on easy, normal, and hard. Like, we did all 3 difficulties. And it was always the same. There was no new mechanics. And that's a big fucking problem, I think. That's a problem with this whole genre. Is there's not mechanics anymore. It's just, okay, he's gonna shoot at you. You get to cover. And then he's going to shoot at you more. Then he's going to stop and have to reload, and you can shoot at him. Or, hey, look, big glowing spider thingy. Shoot the glowing parts. That'll injure it a lot. Then shoot it in the glowing areas, or where the glowing areas were before. And that's going to injure it a lot. And then it's going to run away, and then it's going to come back, and then it's going to run away, and then it's going to come back, and then it's going to run away, and then it's going to come back. So that's my main fucking problem with it. Is the bosses, if they're all going to be bullet spongy and they're going to have increased damage, like they're going to do more damage, you're going to do less damage to them. I don't understand what the point of it is. Especially like, okay, here's the thing, I can understand in certain games what the point of it is. Like Division, I can understand, okay, they have more armor, stuff like that. That I'm completely fine with because that is based in reality. Near future-ish reality. So stuff like that makes sense. Kinda. But when you're looking at something like Anthem or Destiny, don't do bullet sponge. Just don't. You have an interesting mechanic with the flight. You have an interesting mechanic with, like, the game, like, your setting is interesting. But don't do bullet sponge. Add in more. Program in different attacks from the things. Instead of a jumping slam, summoning ads, and spitting web, and running away. You have 4 mechanics there that are not hard to dodge or anything like that because there's such a giant wind-up with it. Oh, actually you have 5. There's also a charge that the boss would do. That's it. That's going to be all of its attacks. And this game is going to get fucking boring very fucking quickly. Oh, but we have cataclysms and stuff. And it's like, I don't care. I don't care about your seasonal events. I would rather you go and do something that is static, that will always be there, that I can do, that will either change or add another layer of complexity to the fight. That's my whole problem with the looter shooter genre. It's like, yeah, you want to go and get loot so that you can increase your power level and you can blast through their health. But the thing is, what is the point in the end of it? Other than like your normal play thoughts of, oh, we're going to have fun, we're going to have a good time. What is the end goal in it? There is none, because there is no end game. Oh, but the 3 difficulties are the end game. No, they're not. I don't count that as end game. Because it's so stupid that end game it's just bad. What I think the people that are doing these live services need to look at the good model for a live service. Yes, I'm comparing one-time purchase with microtransactions in it to a subscription-based service. But look at how WoW has done their boss fights, especially in raids and dungeons. And I'm thinking back to like Burning Crusade, Lich King, kind of vanilla. You know, before they started knocking shit down with like Cataclysm on. So that shit was fucking easy as hell. If you look at all that, if you compare WoW to the live service games, the live service model games, especially stuff like looter shooters, why are there no interesting mechanics? Like, throw a turret section in there for a boss. If it's like Division, here's an idea. Here's what I think is a good idea. The bad guys hijack a helicopter, have a helicopter, whatever. You don't have the means with your guns to really get through its armor and take it down. So you have to distract it with your suppressing fire while somebody runs around, gets on a turret, and lights the fucker up. Or that you have to get to SAM launchers, kind of like they did at the end of the Division story. Yeah, it was the end of Division. You had to get to SAM launchers and fire shit. That was a fun section. That was a good section. That was a good boss fight. But a lot of these games, especially ones that are set not on Earth or in like a super far Earth like Anthem is or whatever. I don't know. I think that's a whole different universe that Anthem is in. But it's like, okay, how about you do something insane? Go for insane with mechanics instead of just bullet sponge. That's my biggest complaint with Anthem. Is everything is bullet sponge. That's their ramping difficulty and everything. Is just everything is harder to kill and it will kill you harder. And I don't really feel like that's a very good model for them to have. So, yeah, I'm not getting Anthem. I didn't plan on buying it before. The demo didn't change my mind. A lot of it was when the sound design would literally cut out. And it happened frequently enough that it's like, where the fuck is the shooting come from? I'd either get the stuck gun sounds where nobody around would be shooting and I would just hear a gun, or I'd be shooting somebody and I would have no gun sound. Still do damage and everything, but I would have no gun sound. So there's all that. There's all those problems. There's the problems with the server cutting out. As in, I'm going and playing and just randomly either get sent back to Fort Tarsis or I would get kicked out completely. I never got the infinite loading screen, which is good. That's the good thing, is I never got infinite loading screen. But it would kick me out every now and then. The first time I went to go and play with Chrissy Boy and one of his friends, I think we got into the stronghold. We got like a quarter to halfway through it, and my game just completely crashed. And we didn't get any of the loot. We didn't get any of the progress. So yeah, that was fun. But yeah, there's still a lot wrong with the game, I feel. A lot that's not working. I wish it would work, but it's not, so it's one of those. I'm not buying it. It's at least for now, if they go and figure it out in the future, add more shit, maybe a few months down the road, I'll come back and I might try it. I might buy it, might try it, who knows. But I know the looter shooter I'm going to be devoting probably a good amount of my streams to when it releases, or when I go to play in the private beta, is the Division 2. Because I like the Division. Sure, I only put like 86 or so hours into it, but I did very much enjoy my time with it. So I'm going to be doing that looter shooter instead, because it looks like they did a shit ton of improvements to it. So yeah, I don't have much more to say on Anthem. It's a pass for me. The cutting out sounds was not good. Like, your characters felt heavy, but that should have only been like out in the world. It should have felt like you could actually run through shit, which I kind of did with the Colossus, and it was pretty funny. I wish I had recorded it. But yeah, there's all that. Like, your character honestly feels too heavy in Fort Tarsis. It doesn't feel like you're running. It feels like you're slowly walking. But then you look down and you can see your hands moving and your feet moving like you're running. And it's like, I don't feel like I'm running. So yeah, the character balance is kind of fucked up between running speeds in and outside of Fort Tarsis. Some of the characters were funny when the cutscenes didn't freeze. But other than that, I don't know much about the story. I don't really care for the story. And I'm normally a big story guy. And I'm ambivalent to this game. It's honestly pointless for me to even try and put my thoughts into words, because there's so much wrong with this game. I wish it was good. I wish BioWare would go back to what they do well and make good stories. But it seems there's a bit of trouble there. So yeah, it's a game that I would suggest not getting, but that's just me. You all have your own opinions. Put them in the comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you had the same problems I had. Every now and then I'd get a crash and get kicked out of my session. Like, I'd get kicked back to Fort Tarsis, or I'd get kicked out of the game completely. The sound would constantly cut out. I had that happen a lot. I I didn't try all of the javelins. I just did Colossus and Ranger. Mainly because that's really all I planned on playing was the Colossus. But yeah, I'm gonna end it there. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep fucking rambling. So I hope you guys enjoyed. And yes, I am still working on the chat. I have a good amount more done from when I was gonna post it on Friday. I have worked on it a good amount more. I'm going to try and get it out this week. I cannot guarantee anything, though. So, yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. Peace. I'm out. I'll talk to you later.